saw the Steampunk rocket lamp on Instructables and thought, that looked awesome. I want one. I decided to follow the Instructable. Turns out it's not as easy as one had hoped. If you're building your own rocket lamp, here's what you need to know to save yourself time and money. Hi everyone, my name is AJ. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Use dish soap to wash the iron pipe parts. They're covered in oil, which I assume is from when they cut the threads. I will leave a parts list in the description with links where possible. Here I'm drilling a shallow hole to fit the pin for my circle cutting jig. If you want to build your own circle cutting jig with your rotor, check the link in the description. If you don't have a rotor, you could cut a circle out using a jigsaw. It wasn't as easy following the Instructable as I thought. There were some mistakes in the Instructable that I learned, but I'd already purchased my parts. I started searching online and quickly realized I couldn't find all the parts online. I potentially could, but they were from a lot of different sites and I wasn't sure if it was the same material or not. Yes, it was iron, but some was black iron, some was silver iron, and some looked like it was a matte finished. So I didn't want to order all the parts online unless I knew that they would all match, because I really didn't want to have to paint any of my pipe. So what did I do? Well, I put on my COVID mask, ventured into the physical world in search of some iron pipe supplies. I have 4 hardware stores in my area. I visited the first and I could not find black iron pipes, but they had some silver. However, they didn't have enough of what I needed. They had a metal cage light and a switch, which I purchased both of those, but none of the small bulb sockets. I headed to the next hardware store in my community. Upon arrival, I completed a search of the store and found nothing. They didn't even sell iron pipe. They didn't sell any small lamp sockets. So, off to the third hardware store. The third hardware store had the elbow pieces in silver, but they were too large. I later realized that the Instructable had made a typo and they were actually the right size. Anyway, I left the third hardware store empty-handed. I walked out of the store, headed to the fourth hardware supply store. There I found the pipe section, and they had some black iron pipe but no elbows. They had silver iron pipe, and it appeared the bins were well stocked. Well, they were well stocked with the wrong parts. I quickly realized that all the parts were mixed up. So after searching and searching and searching, I found 3 of the 4 90-degree elbows I was looking for. I bought all the iron pipes and fittings listed in the Instructable minus 1 90-degree elbow, which I remembered seeing one at the first hardware store, the one that they had. Back to the first hardware store I headed to get their 90-degree elbow. Here's one of the differences that I did versus the Instructable. You see these covers that I'm removing from the light fixture. The Instructables had a 1/2 inch 90-degree elbow in there. However, those are threaded to be 3/4 of an inch. We lift up this rubber gasket. There's 2 screws. You loosen those screws. There we go. Next step is we want to put this into here. Nipple goes on here. And that screws on here. The Instructable had just the 90-degree elbow on there. I also added the coupler from the 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. And in order to do that, I needed a 1/2 inch nipple as well. Alright, with these three parts put together, we can set those aside. We need another 90-degree and reducer. That goes on like this. 90-degree and the reducer. Alright, next. This is a 1/2 inch on one side, 3/4 of an inch on the other side. Got a 1/2 inch nipple, screws in there. And this is a reducer, so this goes from a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. Because these holes are all 3/4 of an inch. That screws in there. And then we'll put lamps in all of these. All these screw into here. I'll tighten those up later. Now, and this goes in here. So I bought these two switches. I'm going to drill a hole and stick it in there. So take this off. I'm going to need a drill bit. Switch. Let's switch down here. Alright, that will work. Perfect. Alright. Nice. Alright, so I did this little wire diagram. I'm not an electrician, however, let's see how we do. So, we're going to wire all the whites together. So, we should have 4 whites. Alright, let's see. That's in, that's in. Alright. Alright. Now. Alright, so I'm not an electrician. I made a wiring diagram. I didn't even follow my wiring diagram right. Let's try this again. Alright. This wire is also white. Alright. So let's pull some extra cord. Now that I got it wired up, what's the chances of getting any extra cable off here? And this. Alright, so now. Alright, so I believe I do not have it wired. Alright, so I've I've got this wired up correctly. The lights should come on. Now, the moment of truth. Cord's not long enough. What the? Who cut the cable? Oh, with my bulb. This one should come on. See that? Alright. So, first switch. It worked! Now, second switch. Oh my. I actually wired it right. Look, I can turn on just these. I love the internet. In the Instructable, they only had one toggle switch, but I wanted to add a second switch so I could be able to control the flicker bulbs, turn those on and off in case I ended up using this in my son's room as a nightlight. I need to drill another hole because I got one for that switch. I need a hole on this side. Switch needs to go here. Let's make sure I don't drill any wires. So metal sticks to this rubber gasket. One switch. Now we need to stick this with this hole. Oh, the ground wire is in the way. Oh, oh no. Stuck. So there's a screw in there. Oh, for the ground. Blocking this way. Let's try to jam that in there. This one's going to have to toggle the other way because there's a thing inside preventing it from turning. However, I don't need it sticking out so much. I feel like I need it to come up just a little bit more. I could get all but one of the rocket boosters to line up perfect without having to epoxy it in place. I did try using this JB Weld epoxy. However, I was impatient. I didn't let it set up. I don't know if it would have worked or not. But I put it in there, gave it a try. The other ones are just in there by themselves. I was able to tighten them and get them perfect, and they weren't flopping around. But this one, for some reason, when I tightened it, it was sticking up the wrong way. I also hot glued in the sockets for the flicker bulbs. This here shows my impatience. I couldn't let the epoxy harden, so I just put some electrical tape around the threads and then tightened it back in to hold it in place. Using the electrical tape allowed me to continue working on the rocket lamp without having to wait for the epoxy to dry. Interested in keeping your kids busy for hours? Click the end screen video on building a paper rocket launcher.